Welcome to another episode of Casual Cinephilia, where enthusiastic amateurs talk very passionately about movies. I'm Ian.
And I'm Lorian, and today we are talking about Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Which said its own title more times than any other movie I've ever seen.
Yeah. And it is bad in a good way, I feel. But it was also not a very good movie.
I feel like... Here's the thing. Start watching it wanting Mortal Kombat, right? Like, if you're watching a Mortal Kombat movie, chances are you were born sometime between 1980 and 1995.
Yeah.
And the only reason you'd ever want this movie is because you know what Mortal Kombat is already, and you have expectations.
Yeah.
But then it opens in a subtitled setting. So you have to think and pay attention, which is not what you want going into a Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
Well,
it would have been like a cool enough setup for a more serious movie that wasn't Mortal Kombat.
I think that was my issue, was the prologue. It's not even the first act, it's the prologue.
Right.
Is so genuinely artfully
right.
done. And
right.
Like, just the framing of it, the choreography of the fight scenes, the drama of the conclusion. Like,
yeah, it's got actual heartstrings it's trying to pull.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's great. And then there's the rest of the movie. If you hear random acts of violence and destruction, my dog is trying to...
She's trying to burrow into the couch.
My couch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just if you hear heavy panting and ripping and tearing in the background,
That's just
it's
Maya.
Probably my dog Maya. What an innocent, precious little pup.
So innocent.
So innocent. But yeah, like, literally the prologue is beautiful. Mm-hmm. A bit gory, but appropriately gory.
But you are expecting that if you're going to see Mortal Kombat.
Yes. And so that set a very specific tone for me.
Sure.
That none of the rest of the movie followed.
See, I was kind of relieved because I went into watching Mortal Kombat with the expectation that I could multitask. And then it starts with subtitles, and I'm like, God damn it, I have to pay attention.
Yeah.
So then when it got back into the, like, hello, my name is, I was like, yes, okay, great. Back to my tasks.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this movie.
It was...
It wasn't a good movie,
no.
But I really enjoyed it.
If you were born between 1980 and 1995, this was made for you. I mean, like, the only reason that this was successful at all is because I have an awareness of what Mortal Kombat is already. Without the franchise that it's based on, this movie has nothing.
Yeah, no,
which makes sense. It's what you want when you're going for a Mortal Kombat movie. But I get why, like, the baby boppers are being all like... Not the baby boomers, the little children.
The baby
are
boppers.
Being all like, why does this exist? It's shitty and violent. It's like, yes, that's the point. Thank you.
Have you not played a Mortal Kombat game?
And the answer's no. They haven't. Because they're terrible games.
Whoa. To your taste.
They're terrible games to modern sensibilities.
To modern sensibilities,
So the people who played them as children grew up and had these children that are criticizing them who are like, oh, why did I play that? My kids aren't going to play that. I'm not saying it's not fun. I've played Mortal Kombat.
That's true.
But they are terrible games. You can rip someone's skull and spine out of their body.
Yeah, you got me there. Yeah,
but for those of us who are already branded with this brand of gore as children, it's great. Yeah, it's what you wanted from a Mortal Kombat movie. With a little extra weird sophistication tacked on the beginning and end.
Yeah.
you can't eat my Band-Aid, puppy.
Oh, puppy dog. But yeah.
Life is hard.
I think the other thing that got me, and every single video game movie, video game adaptation movie will suffer this, but the... God, dog. But the fan service just gets me. It's like, I'm Kung Lao. It's like...
Terrible.
Or like...
I mean, what else do you build a Mortal Kombat movie on, but so bad?
But just having the world... I don't know. Fan service is such a double-edged sword.
Sure.
Because you can do it so right, and you can do it so wrong.
Sure.
Like, I feel the polar opposite of doing it right is the first Deadpool movie. Like, that thing is chock full of fan service.
You're saying they did it wrong?
No, I think Deadpool did it right.
Oh, okay. So
you're
saying the polar opposite of this.
Yes.
Doing it right.
Yes.
Is. Okay.
Where it's just...
I was like, what?
The fan service is, it's in the world, and it's a plot, or it's a plot device. Like having, oh my god, I'm totally blanking on his name. In Deadpool, fully metal, Colossus. Having Colossus in it. That's a fan service thing.
Sure.
But he has a plot point, plot device, and it all makes sense. Like, all of it makes sense in it. Mm-hmm. Whereas this one is just like the one that always...
Well, that's...
like, Kano wins. You're just like... Come on.
But that's what this movie was. That's all it has.
Yeah.
There isn't really a plot or a story here. It's just sort of like, okay, we need some dialogue to move us to the next fan service moment.
Yeah. Though, so did you ever watch the 1990s Mortal Kombat?
I didn't.
They're terrible.
I know that
much.
I've seen enough
really
of them
bad.
To know that I don't need to watch them.
Actually, one of my greatest childhood memories is going to the theaters with my family to go see Mortal Kombat 2 in theaters, and we were the only ones in there.
Okay.
And it was so bad, it felt like Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Okay.
Because there was no one in there, we just screamed and booed and threw popcorn at the screen.
You had your own little Rocky Horror show.
It was the best experience ever. And that's all I remember about that movie, is that it was so bad, we had a great time.
Dog's trying to dig me out.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
She would like to put a hole under me so I fall to the first floor.
Maya, settle down. But yeah, there is one improvement, though, that I really hope the microphones can pick up that noise.
The sound of dog trying to dig through carpet and floor.
But there's one improvement of fan service, because the original movies did this too.
Sure.
But in the original, I think it was the 1998 or whatever year that came out in 95, there's a fight scene where the main character gets the shit beat out of him.
Okay.
But then he pulls himself together and beats the enemy and wins, and one of the characters goes, flawless victory. And it's like, no! That dude just got the shit beat out of him. And then he miraculously won. This one, there's a character that's introduced, and another character that's introduced. They fight each other, but one clearly has the upper hand and then instantly kills the other. And then they say, flawless victory. It's like...
Just still terrible, but makes sense.
But at least it was appropriately said.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't lay a hand on the other person and died. Flawless victory. Okay.
That pretty much... That describes this movie. Still terrible, but at least it makes sense.
Properly applied, horribly executed.
Yeah. Yeah.
This movie.
I also love that the poster is like the first 5 minutes and last, like, not even the ending, like 5 minutes before the ending.
Yeah.
It's like a very brief amount of the film that they advertised for.
No, the entire advertisement, one, showed all the cool parts of the movie.
Yes.
and 2 focused on the conflict between Sub-Zero and Scorpion, which is like Mortal Kombat to the T, is the conflict between those two characters. Like, the factions are based off of those two characters. I don't know what it is nowadays. There's apparently, starting with like Mortal Kombat 10, we're at like 12 or 13 now. There's apparently like big mythos and like lore behind it now. Yeah. Which I have no fucking clue what any of that is now. I'm just going off of the 2D sprites that are fighting each other in the 90s. But like, they focused all the advertising on the conflict between those two characters. And
one of which is killed in the first 5 minutes and then doesn't come back until very late in the game for about 5 minutes.
Yeah. Like, even
before just
Sub-Zero,
fucking right off
who
again.
is, I would say, the main antagonist. Like, I guess Shao Kahn or whatever. Shao
If you don't remember how
Shao Kahn is not the Jungle Book.
That's Shere Khan.
Shere Khan. Yeah. Either way.
That one I know.
But, like, he's not even, like, the main antagonist. But I don't know. It's so muddy and convoluted, and
it doesn't matter.
It really doesn't at all. But, yeah, even Sub-Zero is only in the movie for, like, 10 minutes.
Sure.
Maybe 15.
He just comes in, kills people, and then disappears, and then does that again.
Yeah.
It's sort of like in the video game. You know, like they're looking for very, very brief strings to tie together different one-on-one battles the whole movie.
Right, yeah. Yeah, the only character that I enjoyed through it was Kano. Because he was
feeling you would
because he was just so
him.
obnoxiously
you
Australian.
Want my mic now?
Oh my
you
god.
You can't have my mic. Get down on the floor.
You are making this recording a nightmare.
Mortal Kombat with the dog. Fighting to the death with a puppy.
Puppy combat.
I know.
But yeah, but like even that was too much at times.
Sure.
Where it's just like,
I mean, he very much felt like a 90s video game character.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, is like this movie, I take back what I said earlier, where I said properly applied but terribly executed. This movie is really well executed in being a 90s property.
Yes.
The problem is 90s properties are inherently bad.
And problematic. They tried to be like, ooh, maybe we should have a woman that isn't a 90s video game woman, but everyone else is still the same character. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, good for thinking about trying.
Oh, yeah.
That's a start.
I like,
but
I like how they modestly, characterize Sonya.
Modestly is a good word.
But like, I don't know, just I like how everyone gets like abilities based off of like who they are, and and then fucking Sonya just gets a gun on her wrist, just like bloosh, and just blasts the other chick. You're like, oh
wow, okay. Good for you.
Like, okay. Is that because she's got a fiery spirit?
Probably.
Oh, man.
Fiery spirit was one of the 3 character descriptions for women in the 90s.
Oh,
Joss
man.
Whedon liked it a lot.
Yeah. He emphasized that quite a bit. Maya. Your dog. Yeah. Yeah, I want to get into like costume design, but like the only ones that seemed interesting to me was like Cabal, like the New York
No, I'm trying to listen to you, not looking out the window. I'm trying to picture what you're talking about.
Cabal was the bad guy with the red eyes. He had the helmet.
Okay.
And his skin was like all burned and charred and stuff like that, and had like a Chicago accent or something, like a New York accent. He was the only one that seemed interesting design to me.
Yeah. I mean, here's the problem. The costumes weren't bad.
Yeah.
But I'm so spoiled by Marvel.
Yeah.
Like, the main guy, I don't even know the main guy's name. I didn't actually pay attention to the character names when I'd play Mortal Kombat.
Cole.
Great.
His name's Cole.
Well, that doesn't mean it's not a name.
I don't think he's in the game.
Okay, great. Anyway, his costume was like the same method they use to make a lot of the Marvel costumes. The, like, latex skin that takes like an hour and a half and a lot of baby powder to get those poor men into. But Marvel has been for years and years digitally augmenting all of those costumes. Mm-hmm. And you really don't notice how much that makes a difference until you see somebody wearing one without any augmentation.
And you see it like bend underneath him. And yeah.
It just doesn't move quite right because it can't. It's a fantasy costume, which is why Marvel augments them. The musculature needs to move in a different way than human bodies are capable of, basically.
Yeah. No, yeah.
And so it was like, fine costume design. I wasn't mad at any of it. It was like a modern costume aesthetic for Mortal Kombat. What else? The costumes are designed. Yeah. It's just finessing them into something that looks presentable, something that's more than like a few pixels.
Yeah.
But
I did
it's just sort of fine.
I did like in the Sub-Zero and Scorpion fight. At one point, they like break their arm, like Sub-Zero's armor gets broken off, and it looks similar to the '90s style. Design of him.
Yeah.
I did like that little touch. That was cool.
Yeah.
But
none of it was bad. There weren't any moments where I was like, oh god, that's a bad costume.
Yeah, well, and even like the full CG character wasn't bad.
No, wasn't bad.
Oh god, what's his name? I don't even remember.
The lizard dude.
No, well, there was that, and then the forearm guy.
Oh, yeah.
The lizard dude? Would you like to know that guy's name?
And Warcraft troll.
Reptile.
Nice.
The lizard dude's named Reptile.
Good.
Yeah. That's the forearm dude. He was a prince.
Forearm dude.
I
don't know that you're going to find forearm dude on there. Especially since he was a fully digital character, so how are you going to recognize the actor? I don't even know if he had
did he even have a voice in the movie?
I don't remember. Well, whatever.
Yeah,
the dude with four arms.
Goro! That's what it is, Goro. There we go. Voiced by Angus Sampson, so he did have a voice line, apparently.
Okay. Great.
But yeah, Goro. Prince Goro.
Okay.
But like he wasn't
he looked
that
fine.
Like the CG of the movie I felt was really good.
Yeah.
For being a video game adaptation.
Yeah, it all blended.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad at it.
I really liked the ice effects, like the scene where Jax, the robot arm guy, shoots the shotgun and you see the light from the shotgun permeate through the ice as it blooms out. That was so cool and so well done.
I liked that the ice effects damaged Sub-Zero's skin when they were happening.
Yes.
That was cool.
Yeah. No, there was so much cool stuff in this movie.
Yeah, if you want to watch, here's what I would normally say is if you want to turn off your brain and watch something that's cool looking, sure, this is fine. But you have to have your brain turned on for 5 minutes here and there because you have to read subtitles. And that really threw it off for me.
Oh, and talk about the grossest foreshadowing I have ever seen, ever, of Kano hawking a loogie onto a garden gnome's hand, and then that same garden gnome being used to gouge his eye out and kill him.
That loogie hawk was real gross.
Yeah.
That might have been the grossest thing in the movie for me. I was like, oh, God, I feel a little nauseous now. I mean, watching, him rip a dude's heart out with his hand was way less gross than mocking
person
a
being
loogie.
chopped completely in half. It's fine. Person getting heart ripped out. Nah.
Mortal Kombat prepared me for all of that. What they didn't prepare me for was realistic loogie hogs.
Oh man. Yeah. It is a weird movie. Like I do. It's one of those movies where I want to recommend it, but I don't want to recommend it.
Sure.
But, what a good-looking dog. I need to take a picture of that.
Every time you try, she moves.
I know. But I'm going to be sneaky, and I'm going to just be like, a patoosh, and then a deboosh. Oh, what a good-looking dog. Oh, yeah. I got two good ones. I'll send you one or two of those so people can see what the...
To put on the Patreon. If you want to see the noises you've been hearing, there will be a picture of the dog on Patreon.
What a good dog.
What a stinker.
What a puppy stink. Oh, that was quite vicious. All right. Do you have anything else you want to talk about the movie on? I feel like this is a relatively shorter end of the episode, but
I mean, what else is there to
there's
say
not
about
much
this
to
movie?
say about Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
It didn't have much plot. It's literally like, dude is a fighter. Fighter gets fought by other people. Fighter gets trained different fights. More fighters. More fighting. The end. Just like the video game. But that's all that... Yep, if you know Mortal Kombat and you want to see somebody realize those different moves in modern CG graphics, then do this movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think my final thought is the dude who played Liu Kang, the guy with the frilly hair and the red bandana. And
okay, sure.
He did the dragon, fire dragon. Mm-hmm. That dude is fucking ripped.
Yes.
When he flexed, and you could see the detail of every muscle in his pecs and his biceps and his like collarbone,
sure.
like his collar, what are those? Your traps? Like every little detail. I was just like,
my Band-Aid. You little stinker. She sneaks up on me. I have a Band-Aid on my thumb. She sneaks up on me, getting pets and attention, and then slowly starts to try and eat my thumb.
You should have seen when Jacob was over here with his burned
forbidden
hand
broccoli.
with the forbidden broccoli, yeah. Like she was like, "I am going to get that broccoli."
I was here.
That's right.
I was here.
But yeah, that dude was ripped,
yes.
and that was really impressive. And that's probably going to be the lasting impression of this movie. It was like that Liu Kang actor, dude. What's his name? Luddy Lin.
Sure.
Dude's ripped.
Nice.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about what we are watching next or reviewing next?
Yes, a little bit of a different sort of episode. We're going to be talking about The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the whole little season.
The whole season, yeah. We figured we'd do it because it is a TV show, but it is
We've done those before.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we've done it. One or two here or there. But it's connected to the MCU at large.
Yeah.
Which I think is worth it. Did we do WandaVision?
Nope.
Well, we missed that train. But look forward to our episode on Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yep.
Do we want to thank our patrons?
Yep.
Jenny, Jake, Pam, and Graham.
Jenny, Jake, Pam, and Graham.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you so much. And with that, this has been. I don't know if
you can hear the dog, but it's brutal noises. We're so sorry.
It's just so obnoxious. Part of me really wishes the mic is picking it up, and the other part of me is like, God, this is going to be so annoying
like
to edit.
Gross mouth sounds. They're not like cute dog noises.
It's like,
if you can hear those, I'm so sorry.
Oh, last time she was in here, she just passed out on the couch. Now she's just
Nega ASMR.
War. Oh, man. But anyways, this has been an interesting episode of Casual Cinephilia. Thank you for joining us.
Bye.